Anybody want to give one reason to vote Kamala Harris?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Save our constitutional democracy.
All right. How about the First Amendment?
Yeah.
Freedom of speech. So, are you aware of the Biden-Harris administration censoring true information online?
Just go away. I don't have, no.
Nice job. Can you give me one reason to vote for Kamala Harris?
One reason. Ready for it?
There's another line in there.
You go for
No, you go for it.
She's incredible.
One reason?
Yeah, just one.
I'm going around asking people for one reason to vote for Kamala Harris.
She makes people nicer and smarter, and the other guy makes people meaner and dumber.
How does she do that?
Respecting all different types of people, you know, instead of hating people the way they were born.
Does Trump hate people the way they were born?
If you take a look at that Republican rally the other day, you know, that was pretty indicative, you know, the explicit racism and denigrating Puerto Rico and such, you know.
It is absolutely wild times. It really, really is. And, you know, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there. Now, again, normally I don't follow the national anthem, everybody. This isn't exactly a perfect comedy setup.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been hearing about for 48 hours or so.
Anybody want to share one reason to vote for Kamala Harris?
Freedom, democracy, my autonomy, my daughter's autonomy, my hopefully grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and the world continues, because we have friends in Australia and other places in the world. They're terrified if the other thing gets in. We'll be back in Nazi Germany in 10 seconds if that thing gets in.
One reason to vote Kamala Harris?
I can't, sir.
All right. Asking people for one reason to vote for Kamala Harris.
Decency.
What's the reason? Decency?
Decency, yes.
Anything else? Or how so? Because it sounds like a Trump thing, and I'm just getting so many, because she's not Trump. Is there anything else?
Oh my gosh, yes, she's competent, she's capable.
And is there anything she's, accomplished in particular?
She's the vice president, yes, absolutely.
Can you pick one out?
Well, she's under, the position of vice president is mostly decorative, so.
But is there anything she's done in her whole career?
Absolutely, absolutely. Starting in California and moving forward.
Can you share one thing? Okay. All right.
No, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
I think she'd make a great president, and she's not Donald Trump.
Because she'll be the first woman president. That's it.
All right,
that's my reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you
And she's not Donald Trump.
I'm going asking people for one reason to vote for Kamala Harris.
How many people have already said she's not Donald Trump?
A lot. Pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
So if you have another one, I'll take it. But.
Yeah, no, aside from that, I think she's laid out a really good economic plan to continue the recovery. I think that her proposals on tax cuts for child care, for elder care, her proposals to cut back on price fixing and price gouging is going to help continue to reduce inflation. I think the fact that she's going to continue supporting the war in the Ukraine is hugely important. I think there are a lot of really positive things.
Other than the abortion and not being Trump, anything?
Abortion, not being Trump.
I think she said something about African American males just being able to set up programs for them, obviously, but I don't know how extent, so I'm gonna keep her to a word and stay focused and kind of watch her as she goes through this whole process. So.
Did you hear Obama? He suggested that black males were sexist for not voting Harris, some of them. What do you think of that?
I think that's a general statement.
Yeah, I think that's, a lot of bitterness, a lot of, in that, I guess, but I don't think so.
No. You don't agree with Obama on that one?
No.
Okay, cool. Thanks very much, guys.
All right, thank you.
I think she'll help the economy. I think she'll handle immigration properly. I think she's smart.
I echo what my husband said. I think she's very smart and capable, and I think it's time for a female president.
Is there anything, one thing that she's done or said that you think is particularly smart?
Well, her character. I mean, I don't know that I can compose one thing she's said or done, but just somebody with character, somebody that tells the truth.
You got one thing she said or one thing she's done?
I can't limit it to one thing, but a bunch of good things.
Can you share one though?
Well, actually, I already did. The economy.
But specific, but what is she?
Well, I'd love to say she's a Trump's idiot. I'm not sure she still used those exact words.
Huh.
But
okay, but stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to chime in? What
Yeah.
is it?
It's a no-brainer. Kamala Harris cares about the people. You can see it, where she's empathetic. And I went to the 6th January just to see what that was like, and it was a whole different atmosphere. It's hate. It's evil.
A lot of people here do hate Donald Trump.
Yes,
Do what?
It's a cold, bitter hatred. It's not a obnoxious, beat up your fellow citizen hatred. It's we hope he trips into a volcano hatred. One reason to vote for Kamala Harris is that the war in Ukraine is a war for the freedom and safety of the Western world, of our trade with Europe, of Taiwan's freedom ultimately. And if you don't vote for Kamala Harris, you're putting Ukraine in danger, which means you're putting NATO in danger, which means you're putting your own economy and your own lifestyle in danger. Thank you.
Share one reason to vote for Kamala Harris.
Fucking weed.
One reason to vote for Kamala Harris?
Democracy.
She was not democratically elected to be the nominee. Any thoughts on that?
That's up to the party. That's up to the party to decide. And they did their process. I'm fine with it.
Share one reason why people should vote for Kamala Harris.
The main reason is to save our democracy.
Does it concern you at all that she did not get a democratically elected nomination?
No. Does not bother me at all.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
All right.
She respects the rule of law.
You got one?
There's so many.
Go ahead. Yeah, give me one.
Oh my gosh, that's
the
so
biggest
hard.
one for you. Or that you think other people.
You know, immigration's my biggest voting point, and.
What about it? Yeah.
Well, I like that. She's not gonna try and deport millions and millions, but we'll see.
I'm doing the same thing you're doing. I'm just taking a break.
All right. Do you want to share your opinion?
On who, Harris?
Kamala Harris, yeah.
I'm not voting for her.
Okay. Why?
I'm not.
Give me one reason.
She's been in office for 3 years, and they have a slogan saying they don't want to go back, but I kind of want to go back to when people weren't hopping over the wall in the 5 and 8 millions.
All right.
That's it.
All right, cool. Thank you very much.
Good luck, man.
Appreciate it.
Hi, I'm voting for her because she's very strongly for women's rights. I think she's very smart and she can stand up to people like Donald Trump.
One reason?
Already voted.
And maybe one reason why? The audience, one reason.
There's no alternative.
No alternative, okay.
There's no possible way in the world that we could vote for Donald Trump.
I come from a country with a fascist background or history, so I don't want to have this again.
So one issue, and you guys chime in, is like the concern about the Biden-Harris administration is infringing on the First Amendment with their social media censorship.
I do not have that concern.
Okay. Can I get a thought on Kamala Harris? One reason to vote for her?
One reason is that she's sane. That's a big reason. She's sane.
Anything other than Donald Trump?
She's serious. She knows what she's doing.
Oh yeah. Anything other than that?
She's decent, and women's rights.
She's thinking of the future.
Oh man.
To vote for Kamala Harris?
Yeah, I know. Just picking one is hard. Yeah, she's gonna protect women's rights.
Optimism. Democracy.
Save democracy.
Save democracy?
Women's rights, abortion rights. This is the 1986 March for Women's Rights on this very mall. Still at it. And now they're going back, and we're not
Oh, I see.
going
We're
back.
not going back.
Not going back.
I haven't
Harris
seen those. Is that?
That's because he
That's
made
something
them.
I created.
Yeah, nice. And what was it under Trump that you don't want to go back to? Because people argue the economy was better.
That's not even true.
Well, that's all not true, but in addition, he's just a megalomaniac with no plan or purpose. And the country obviously
Narcissistic
needs
personality to sort
lots of
probably.
plans, lots of purpose. We
Getting
got to get some
demented.
things done.
Cool. Was that an issue with Biden, the demented thing?
Not as much.
No,
he has
not
he has
really.
his stutter thing, and he's aging. He's definitely slowing down, but Trump definitely
If you
has
keep up with
no
him, he's keeping
sense.
up with stuff. He's still totally in charge.
But
Unlike-
we're glad that they switched to Harris.
What about you? Why are you voting for Harris? One reason to vote Kamala Harris?
She's a decent human being.
All right. And the first woman president.
And
Don't
the
forget
first woman
that.
president to boot.
Can I get a comment on why you vote Kamala Harris?
I'm voting for Kamala Harris to protect women's rights and because the alternative is a rapist.
All right. Why are you voting Kamala Harris?
I don't think I have a choice. I don't have any other option.
So, well, what? Okay. All right. Fair enough. One reason to vote for Kamala Harris?
I like her policies, and I like her attitude. I like her the presentation that she makes. Yep.
Is there any one policy?
Policy of I think. Economics. Yeah. Yep. You caught me cold there, but yeah. I think she's got a really good attitude.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
One reason to vote for Kamala Harris?
I live in the South, and women are second-class citizens in the South. They have no reproductive rights. There's no better reason for me.
One reason to vote for Kamala Harris?
Trump.
No,
That is very concise.
women's rights.
She's not a criminal?
Not a criminal?
Well, she's sane. Yeah, she's sane. She's a grown up in the room. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. There's a common man. There seems to be no choice to my mind.
Former prosecutor. She knows what she's doing.
Was there anything about her prosecutor experience?
Well, we're all from three of us anyway are from California, so I mean, we've got that home connection.
What I've heard is she arrested mothers of truant children.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think that it's a hard place to be, and life is gray, and she was trying to do the best she could in that situation. And holding someone responsible for getting people an education, which is what can make you progress in life, is like, there's not an easy answer, but she did the best that she could with what she had. And I think that there are a lot of hard decisions, but I trust her to make good decisions with whatever she's got in front of her.
You guys have an opinion? Can I get?
I'm voting for Jill Stein.
Oh, wow. So can you tell me why?
It's just because she has honor. The other parties, different stories.
Kamala Harris is too liberal for me, but she's the best alternative to Trump. I cannot vote for Trump.
All right. Thoughts?
You know what? You should skip me. I'm not a fan of Kamala at all.
Okay, well
I'm here to support my wife.
Okay, can I just get, so what's your reason?
How much time do you have? Let's start with, I don't have anything against anybody. I think I'm a very unbiased person. I have a homosexual son. You can be transsexual all day long. I don't think transsexual men should be competing against women in sports, though. That's my biggest hang-up with her. Anyway, leave it at that.
I'll give you a little more, two more.
I think she's done a horrible job with the border, quite honestly. I'd like to have a secure border. What else can I say? I'm drawing a blank at the moment because I've got stage fright.
We're a split family.
All right,
yeah.
That's great.
Because I did vote for Kamala.
Yeah.
And I don't like a lot of things that Donald Trump does and says, but he was the better candidate for me.
Cool. And this is how we can come together
Yes.
as a country.
Yes.
Yes. It is.
Yes.
Thought on Kamala Harris?
Oh, a thought on Kamala Harris. I think my sign says it pretty well.
All right.
I'm not voting for Kamala Harris, and I'm very sad. I wish I could have. I wish I could be here in a celebratory mood. I have a daughter. I'm quite sad about it actually. But
all right.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Can I get one reason to vote for Kamala Harris?
Because she believes in the rule of law and the Constitution.
Okay. One issue some people have brought up is the social media censorship issue. Does it concern you all that, under the Biden-Harris administration, they censored what the government labeled misinformation, and in some cases it was true?
Who are you with?
Myself, and my name is Matt Orfalea.
Okay, then you need to move on. You need to move on.
Okay. So yeah, one reason for voting Kamala Harris.
I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she cares about people like me, because she understands the problems that I have in my life, and I think she's going to be working every single day to try to fix problems in the economy, problems with the housing supply, problems with wages, problems with the environment and labor conditions. I think she actually cares about things like poison in the air and the air we breathe, the water we drink. I don't think Donald Trump's focused on any of those issues, so I think Kamala Harris is the candidate for me.
Got lots of reasons. Reproductive rights, lower taxes for the middle class, LGBTQ, IA, plus community rights. We're out here trying to live.
As a doctor, I feel like I want to practice medicine in the way that I feel is appropriate to take care of my patients, and I think Kamala Harris is the person that's going to allow me to do that.
Can I get one reason to vote for Kamala Harris?
She's an adult.
Okay. One reason to vote for Kamala Harris?
How about two?
Sure.
Character and competence.
There you go.
All right. So it sounds like because she's not Trump.
No, I wouldn't say, yes, that's part of it. I mean, we care about our democracy, and I think that's truly a threat. And go to her.
Would you like to share one reason? You have the hat. Come on,
no,
please,
I'm good.
All right. One reason for voting Kamala Harris? Or not voting Kamala Harris?
Voting for integrity matters, and she's for the people. She's bright, she's brilliant, and she's really well qualified.
Can you specify like one way? In one way?
He should die.
Move on.
I don't like to talk.
Can I get one reason to vote for Kamala Harris?
Women's rights.
Do you have anything?
No Donald Trump, ever again.
All right. One reason to vote for Kamala Harris?
Access to abortion.
No Donald Trump ever.
Choice.
No videoing minors,
Okay.
please. Thank you.
Can you get one reason to vote for Kamala Harris?
Women's rights.
I'm
Or
good,
not,
thanks.
Or not to vote for Kamala Harris? I'm taking it.
Reproductive rights.
Democracy.
One reason to vote for Kamala Harris?
What's that?
One reason to vote for Kamala Harris?
She's not a convicted felon.
And she crochets.
Did she? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she is. I forgot to wear my crochet.
One reason to vote for Kamala Harris?
She's a woman.
Because we have never elected a woman president. She's long overdue. And so do we either elect her as the first woman who's upstanding and eloquent and a good leader, or do we elect the rapist and the felon and tell all the little boys that that's okay?
Can I get one? Can I get one reason why to vote for Kamala Harris?
She's about the future. I have a daughter, and yeah, she's about the future of this country. We're not going back.
And what is it that you want to avoid going back to?
Fascism. I mean, it's a real threat. I hate to say that, but it's true.
He's a fascist. You don't, it's a fact. You just promise that you go and you listen for 10 minutes of what he's saying on TV. When he said yesterday that Puerto Rico is a big garbage can and we have to throw everybody away from the country.
Well, in that case, I saw that little clip. That was a comedian's joke, and it was they didn't say to throw anybody away from it.
Okay, but don't you think it's inappropriate?
Okay, one reason to vote for Kamala Harris. Okay, what do I want to say about this? Rule of law. It's the most important thing that our democracy depends on. And Donald Trump doesn't observe it.
Rule of law, one thing someone's mentioned is they're worried about Kamala Harris and the Biden administration infringing on the First Amendment when it comes to social media moderation and censoring misinformation.
So censorship is not at all. That is not an example of censorship. If I tell you you can't say that in a public forum and I'm not the government, that's not censorship, because the question of the First Amendment is about government repression of free speech.
What if the administration pressured the private companies to censor?
Doesn't matter.
I'm voting for Harris because I'm voting for my daughters and my granddaughters to protect their rights, that I can't believe that I have to worry about whether or not they'll have the same rights I've had growing up.
To save our country.
From what in particular?
From Trump. I could go round and round with this. No, seriously. She's the best answer to our economic problems right now, and she is definitely what the country needs as far as moving forward and making the right steps in the right direction. And the alternative is just too scary to think about.
The simple thing is, she's protecting democracy right now and civility.
Can I
You
get
want to
yours?
interview him?
I would love to.
I think he
I would
should,
love to
I think
interview
he should discuss why to vote for Kamala Harris, because she's so much better than he is.
And why in particular is she better?
Why is she better? Because she doesn't hate everyone, and she has some actual policies that she talks about, unlike him. And he doesn't do really anything. We've already seen that whole show before. Yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
The other side. There you go.
Oh, and that, okay, that's another. All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.